BoLS fans? AdamHarry here with
JayArr.
and we've got a little something special planned for today, right, JayArr?
We sure do.
We've got Tales from the Yawning Portal. Obviously, it's out in select stores. Our FLGS was one of the lucky ones to get a copy, and we wanted to take you guys through one of the adventures today. But we want to do something a little special with this book.
So we've got a special guest for this video, the original Hidden Shrine of Tamoachan.
That's right. This is one of the adventures, again, designed for levels 5 through 7 originally. And we're going to run through this adventure. We're going to compare kind of side by side the components, right?
Yep.
So, JayArr, I'll flip to this real quick. You talk about that real quick. Talk about some of the history of that one real fast.
All right, so this is originally a tournament module. So it was meant to be a run through in as fast a time as you can. Players had 2 hours to get through all this.
Right.
Or at least as much as they could.
You can see this is the map, and I'm glad you pulled to this page, flipped this page first, because this is the original map, and this kind of functioned as your pseudo DM screen too. You could do that if you're the DM. But what's cool about this is here's the map from the book.
Yeah.
Notice any similarities? Huh? And actually, we can go side by side. You can compare this room.
Can we show them up close, the little older guys?
Do that.
Because that was a really neat little detail.
Yeah, you can see right here. These two rooms are the exact same room. Obviously, the art's been updated, but the layout is identical.
Yeah, there's a boulder that is actually a hermit crab.
That's
and
your
it's
favorite
present
trick,
in
right?
both places. Yeah, that guy is my favorite guy. He's the best.
And you can kind of see. I'll slide this over further. You can kind of see. There's the temple side view. There's the temple side view side by side. Really cool stuff. There's the top of the temple. You can see, again, almost identical there.
Yeah.
And it just kind of goes on. I'll just show this side off real quick too. This whole area, the first tier. I thought it was really cool.
It is. Well, Tales from the Yawning Portal isn't like the dungeon modules, I don't know, recreated or something. They're literally the original modules, just with 5th edition rules, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and jump in here, and we're going to show off some of this. We're not going to do the entire adventure. We're going to show off some of the things. But you can see here, running the adventure. Again, with Tales from the Yawning Portal, you can use these as your campaign, part of your campaign, or just random dungeons that your players have happen to come across, right, JayArr?
Totally. They have, actually, there should be a sidebar in there, right here, that talks about how you can use the adventure. Originally it was set in Greyhawk, but they've got suggestions for setting it in Eberron and the Forgotten Realms and Dragonlance, and all of the other modules in this book have similar things, so that you can get this dungeon in whatever world you're playing in.
That's correct. And let's flip real quick to the first off, there's one of the cool part about these old modules is they had a ton of unique artwork that you would show your players when the time was appropriate. So that's what all these cool images were. And you're supposed to either like just show them from the book or photocopy these and cut them out and show them to your players and things like that.
These guys are pullouts that you could fold in half and show only the right one at the right time.
Right. Let's check the first little section here and see if these actually do line up. So again, this is all tournament background. This is for the DM. All that information. Let's flip over. Keep going to the actual first encounter.
All right.
All right. For tournament use only. So right here, and you can see how the layout is so very similar to each other. They have these sections that you're basically for the tournaments that you were supposed to read to the players, or later on when these were published.
First up is the Vault of Chico Moztak.
That's right. Let's see. Vault of Chico Moztak. There we go. There you go. So it's the exact same thing here. The text has been updated here. Almost. Actually, this correlates to this one right here.
Yeah.
You're in a long narrow chamber, running east-west. In the center of the apartment is a dome shaped on the floor. Yeah, it's almost word for word, actually. So that's kind of cool.
Pretty much, yeah. I think the only thing they've left out is in the tournament module, they had a party of 3 characters that were pre-gen that players could run.
Okay. And we actually do have those.
We have cards for them here. You have Riel the Wanderer.
Yep.
A human fighter.
Level 6 fighter.
Kaer the Apprentice, a half-elf magic user thief.
Which is level 5/7.
And Mira the Disgraced, a human cleric, who is level 7.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you can play these, and these also have things on the back, right?
Yeah, they've got like little information packets about each of them, or because Riel is a fighter, so there's not much to him because he's an early edition fighter. Yeah. But like here's the magic items that the cleric has and some of the spells they've got, and here you see some of the things. Yeah.
Kaer.
You may as well use all of the rules, right? Anyway.
Right. So flipping through here. Man, well, let's check some of these traps. So, because I know that's kind of a neat thing to compare is the trap damage from 5th from back in the day.
Right.
So, do we have any save versus death traps in this one or no?
Sort of, yeah, actually, but we'll get to that in a minute. So let's take a look at this first one here. We've got a cave-in that happens if you try and dig up and out of the room. So. In the original, attempting to dig up out of the room will result in more detritus falling into the room, which causes a d4 damage to each person who's digging, and there's a 1 in 6 chance that someone will be buried and suffer 3d4 damage, followed by a 5% cumulative chance of suffocation, causing an additional d6 points of damage per round until they're dug out or dead.
So looking at the cave-in damage, again, attempting to dig upward through the rubble results in more detritus falling into the area. 1d4 damage, bludgeoning damage to each digger. Each digger must also succeed a DC 13 dex save or be buried by the rubble. Take another 3d4 damage, same. And if you fail by 5 or more, there's a chance the rubble engulfs the digger completely and the trapped character can't breathe until dug out. Struggling out on one's own requires a successful DC 15 strength athletics check. Doing so takes 1 minute. So you can see the cave-in, the cave-ins are very, very similar. Also, I just noticed this too, we also have, real quick, the random encounter section here. And we also have some random encounters here for the wandering monsters, if we can just slide that over a little further.
Absolutely.
So we've got rats, we've got rats, we've got bats.
We've got bats.
We've got giant fire beetles.
Ooh, we've got fire beetles.
Zombies. Yep.
Zombies.
Will-o-wisps.
Will-o-wisps.
Baboon.
Mandrills.
Ooh, slight change there. Swarm of poison snakes, aka
Vipers.
We've got giant frogs.
Killer frogs.
Same thing. Panthers.
Ooh, a margay over here.
Nice. And then we have giant wolf spiders.
Ooh, a huge spider here.
Ooh. So you can see, again, they basically updated the monster random encounters list here, too, which is super cool.
Yeah, and
they've
done a little bit of rebalancing and stuff, but it's basically the same adventure you know and love.
Let's keep flipping through here. Well, next up we have the Hall of the Thrashing Canes. Is that
Is
that back a little bit?
Back a little bit, because this is a very dense module.
It is.
All right.
You can see number 2 lines up. I don't know if you guys.
Mine
can see
says the sides of this corridor are carved to resemble walls of bamboo-like logs. The passage slopes down from a single door on its western leg, the lintel of which has been crafted to represent a stylized cavern entrance.
It leads to double doors of beaten bronze, work to resemble a forest of seaweed.
That's the one.
Wow, see? Very cool. What else do we got here? Rubble-filled staircase, number 6. Is that the same one?
Staircase, that's the same
We're skipping around now?
Yeah.
Rubble-filled... Oh, what's that description?
Which one?
Oh, wait, it's the self-butcher of the... I'm going to butcher that one. Polke Popolocas?
Tlokes Popolocas.
What he said. Polke Popolocas.
Anyway.
It's just fun to say.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that they have the pronunciation
guide there.
It's helpful.
Yeah, it is. So I've got, once the stone entrance block has been pushed far enough out of the way, there is enough space to step past it.
So this is interesting because it actually changes up. It says once the stone entrance block area 5 is pushed out of the way, the characters have enough space to get past it. And that's not part of the description, but it's basically the same.
Then they catch up with beyond the plug. It's a small foyer. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. What other fun stuff can we show off?
Let's go to. Let's go to.
Again, this is a very, very dense adventure. It was supposed to be timed, right, JayArr? You had 2 hours?
Yeah, you had 2 hours to go through it, and there was a scoring system that would punish you by subtracting points from your total score if you blundered and triggered a trap.
Nice. Or not nice. Do we have the score sheet still?
I believe so. It's right here.
Nice. So this is in case you want to run this for a tournament. Again, the tournament scoring system. It is pretty brutal. I'm not gonna lie. Just all the different activities that they kind of take into account for the players. But yeah, if you're checking this out at home, maybe you take a copy of this score sheet here and see how it stacks up to the new adventure and see how your players do when they run through it. So
yeah,
just a fun idea. And then we also have some combat charts.
We can post a pic of that scoring sheet in the article for this.
That's right. So check our website.
Yeah, you guys can play along at home.
And check our article out for this, and we will totally have this picture up there for you to play along at home.
Let's take a look at
Great Hall.
Yeah.
Great Hall right here. This hallway is 20 feet wide and has piles of rubble and debris scattered along its length. The walls are covered with frescoes. The south wall displays a scene of battle between natives and invaders. And you have the same thing.
Same deal. And then there's also a secret door in here with a message that says "Turn back, don't go in," and that leads you to the next part. Which, if you ignored the warning, you got penalized. But that takes you to the Hall of Great Spirits.
Well, I think I would ignore the warning. I don't know.
Yeah, I would too. That's the only way. I mean, that's how you get further on. So,
right.
It's fine. The Hall of Great Spirits is this guy in the book. I'll show you my art.
You've got the cool art.
You show me. It's
same basically that picture here. That's the old school one. I would much rather show these off to my players if I'm honest. These look really cool.
Yeah.
So very cool stuff. One of my favorite traps, I guess it's a track. The Chamber of the Naysay Wall.
Yeah.
I thought this was a really cool trap. It's not really a trap. I don't know how to describe it. It is kind of a trap, right?
It is kind of a trap. Is how I would describe it. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, this is an interesting one. If you're playing this, obviously you can stop watching now. But for GMs, this is really fun. There is a poison dust mixture that you could drink. I thought this was really interesting, but it in the 5th edition version, you have to succeed a DC 20 con save. If you fail, you become poisoned for 5,000 years. While poisoned this way, the creature is also unconscious, but semi-aware of its surroundings and is unaffected by the passage of time or other poisons. If magic is used to cure the poison condition, the recipient becomes immune to the poisonous effect for 1 hour. Casting the spell magic using a spell slot of 7th or higher can also end the effect. And then we basically have the same thing over here, right?
Right. Only you don't get a saving throw if you drink it. You sleep for 5,000 years, or until someone uses neutralized poison and takes care of it. Which let's see on the scorecard real quick. Let's see what the penalty is for that. Oh no, there's no penalty for drinking that. It's just for waking the monks, because they're in this room. There are 2 sort of mummified bodies that.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. They're not really. The bodies haven't been changed. Well, in this version, I don't know if they've been.
Yeah, they're not. They're preserved, not mummified. Yeah. Is the right word.
But there is like a thin layer of dust on them, and probably cobwebs from spiders crawling around on them. Super creepy.
Yeah, but they are actually alive. They are monks who put themselves in suspended animation, and here
probably by drinking the potion.
Right.
Yeah. They're monks. The martial arts adepts here.
Yeah.
And they have the same names, right?
They do.
Sipak Tonal. And
Oxomoko.
And we have Oxomoko here and Sipak Tonal. So that's pretty cool. And obviously the character profiles are slightly changed. This is obviously 5th edition.
Yeah.
And this one's not. But you see here, it's pretty cool. Did they try to blackmail the party for waking them up?
Yes, they will demand payment of 500 gold pieces or one magic item of value as forfeiture. If they are not paid, then they will attack.
Nice.
What do they demand here?
They do also demand 500 gold or one uncommon or rare magic item if they aren't paid the monk's attacks.
Cool.
So, those are some greedy monks.
Right?
I woke you up. I thought you were dead. I woke you up and you try to blackmail me? Come on, man.
Let's take a look at the Tomb of Pelota as well. That's room number 29. So
a couple more pages here.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
This one's pretty cool because it's...
Slide this over again.
The neat thing about the Hidden Shrine of Tamoachan is it kind of uses a little bit of unusual stuff for the standard fantasy fare. Like it draws heavily on Aztec and Mayan, Toltec kind of imagery and tropes. And one of them here is the deadly game where you have like a ball and the losers get killed and stuff like that.
Yep. And this one was actually used, so we can see the DM or whoever owned it previously actually made a box around the part they're supposed to actually read. So, yeah. As you approach a bend in the passage, you see a series of faint line drawings on the wall depicting people playing a game that uses a ball and has goals on either end of the playing field. So.
Yes, and there's a bunch of cursed treasure in here that you have to, if you take it, you get blind.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
What's the save on those? Or is there a save on those?
Save versus magic. It kind of scaled by character rather than having a set DC in these editions.
So, but you do get a save. It's just this is a DC 15 saving throw.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty brutal.
Basically, the thing I like about this is it gives you the rules for playing this game against the sort of animated ball, and your goal is to try and knock it into the goal and getting it to stick there and trying to basically
it's just interesting. It's a side game in the adventure.
Yeah.
So it's pretty funny.
Exactly. And if you win, then you get you get some cool magic items, which
spoils victory. If the characters win, the ball becomes inert. The sound of triumphant drums erupts briefly. The area goes silent. Southern goal goes dark. Northern goal continues to glow orange. Investigation check. Small panel. You have a pouch made of fish skin. Sold 10 pink pearls worth 20 GP each. A topaz and a shell necklace worth 50 GP. And a whistle made of an eagle's bone and a feather decoration, which is an eagle whistle.
And now in this module, the whistle gives the power of short bursts of flight and can be used 3 times a day for the maximum of 3 rounds at a time. We've got the magic items that are from in all of these modules listed back here in Appendix A.
Appendix A.
Let's flip there real quick.
Oh. Here's some of the baddies. Appendix A, we're looking for the eagle whistle right here.
Eagle whistle right there.
While you blow it continuously, you can fly twice as fast as your walking speed. You can blow it continuously for a number of rounds equal to 5 plus times your...
Plus 5 times your constitution modifier.
Huh. That's weirdly written. 5 plus 5 times... Okay. So, a little bit longer than the other one.
Yeah.
But, you're constantly blowing this whistle.
Pretty far. That's a cool little magic item, and that's something that I like about these older modules. They have a lot of...
Also still 3 uses, though, and they recharge at dawn. So
they have a lot of weird, random magic items that do cool things, which I think benefits the game because you can fly while you're blowing a whistle. That's not necessarily the most stealthy of things.
No.
But you can still see using that, especially if you're gonna fight some of the stuff.
Or you need to jump a big crevasse or something like that. Yeah, get you across there. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What else can we show off?
Let's
the gibbering.
Yeah. So this is the mother goddess of the earth.
This one?
Yeah. Let me see. That's room number 46. I got room number 46.
Yeah, a couple more pages. Yep, same one.
Same person. They have a picture in here, I think.
But I just like it because it's got the big gibbering creature here. which if you ever want an excuse to creep your players out, run this one.
And it's pretty cool. Also, in the previous one, they have one of my favorite rooms in the dungeon, the Land of the Dead.
Oh yeah.
This one's really cool because the whole room is this.
Mictlan.
Yeah, the whole room is this diorama that is a depiction of the Land of the Dead. There are small clay figurines all throughout, and each of the regions of the diorama in the room kind of corresponds to a different section of the in D&D. These guys are the Olman civilization, so each of the regions corresponds to the Olman Land of the Dead. And if you go and explore there, there's some kind of spell that will affect you. So like, there's a section that's got like a hill. If you walk to it, you get pushed off of the hill and might slip and fall and take some damage. You could end up in the Burning Sands, where you take some, you start bleeding from your nose and losing hit points.
Yeah, and you can see here, it's the same stuff. The hill, magical force pushes those who climb the top of the hill in the random direction. So kind of the same idea here. Burning Sands. Any creature that ends its turn in the region must, take a saving throw. It's really cool that they have translated almost trap for trap, word for word. Not word for word, but really like the descriptions are pretty much the same, but trap for trap and everything like that. So, one of the cool things about D&D is if you have a big backlog of pre-generated modules or things like that, you always have this, stockpile of ideas, and you can update those for each edition. Well,
and two, something that I really like about this one is that it's a dungeon that is meant to be found in the world, right?
Yeah.
Like, this isn't something that has a big, huge quest or plot line to it, like something like the Sunless Citadel or the Forge of Fury, which were all part of like a big campaign.
Right.
And Pathfinder's got their adventure paths and things like that. Everything kind of has a purpose and a plot line that drives it forward. But a lot of the older modules are
they're just dungeon crawls.
Yeah, well, they're meant to be found. They're part of a the early rules modeled a world. So this would be a place that you could go and find out about and go to. Or
you might hear a rumor about this place from a barkeep.
Or you could just be exploring and fall into it.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah.
And that was the whole point, and that's the cool part about this book is it takes a lot of these old pre-con modules, puts them in a format, updates everything for you. Again, if you have the old module, you could do some legwork yourself. That's what I was getting at. You could totally update this yourself, but it's already done for you.
And it's been balanced too. Because a lot of, especially in the later ones, like against the giants and stuff, some of the encounters are in the original module aren't as tough as they are in this one, because they're like, okay, well, this is a 10th level module. What does that look like? What does that mean? They know what characters will be capable of around that time.
Yeah, I think the math behind the game is a little bit. It's changed a lot.
Yeah, it's more precise to be sure.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much all we wanted to show off for now. But again, really cool old school module. I love the map.
Centaur
mummies, got to have those. If you do, happen to have this one, totally pull it out. Show your players maybe after they've completed this adventure or run through the dungeon. There we go. Here's the big. Ugh.
Oh, he looks creepier in this one.
Yeah, but once you've completed it, it'd be really neat to go back through and show your players the difference between the two. So, but yeah, really cool stuff. That's our little teaser trailer here for the Tales from the Yawning Portal for this awesome adventure. Let me close this back up. We didn't ruin this. This is how it came.
It was loose because it's enfolded in the map. That's
how the modules kind of came to. And again, the score sheet will be on the website for this article, so go check that out. I'm AdamHarry from BoLS.
And I'm JayArr.
Thanks again for watching. Have a good one.